What is going on, YouTube? Hope you guys are all doing wonderful. Welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we are just chilling. We're gonna throw in the IS 1500s. These are the iSweep 1500 brake pads on my G87 M2. I love this car, like absolutely love this car. The longer I have it, the more appreciation I have for it. One thing I will tell you, these factory brake pads are just the worst in terms of brake dust, and also they just make a ton of noise. Like, I don't know if everyone's does this. I have the blue calipers, but I don't know if everybody's brake pads do this on the G8Xs, but mine squeak. When they get hot, they are so loud. They sound like track pads. Like, I got some like aggressive ass track pads, some ceramics on here, which is obviously not the case. So kind of annoying after a while. This is just a street car, man. I'm not trying to have all these noises coming from the car. I'm not trying to have all this brake dust. So I did a lot of research, man. A lot of people with opinions on brake pads online. Tried to find a set that I thought made the most sense. And I'm gonna have all of this linked down in the video for you guys if you're interested. But these seem to have the best reviews in terms of brake stopping power, reduced brake dust, and no noise. So based off of the research I did, that's why I went with these. I ended up getting mine from Turner Motorsport. Like I said, will be linked below. Super easy install, like really not that bad at all. I did pull off the cap on the brake reservoir just to make sure that there's a little bit of air so we can move the piston in and out if we have to. I've never done brakes on a G8X. I'm just gonna wing it and see what happens. Should be okay. Done brakes on all my other cars. I did read a little bit, so I know there are some things we need to do differently in the rear, but yeah, for the most part, it should be pretty chill. Let's get to it. One thing I've learned about all of these brake pad videos is you just really can't see shit, but I would love for these to be a different color, but I just don't know if it's even like worth it to do all that. Pull these out. You know what I mean? I'd love for them to be like silver. I think that would be really nice on this car. There we go. Yeah, so these are supposed to make a really big difference with these pads, which I'm looking forward to, because I'll be honest with you, did not expect these OEM pads to be this bad. Just was not expecting that, so it is what it is. Man, you really get those fuckers on there. So, OEM pads, right here. I have this case down here, so the caliper is lying on something that's protected. You don't want to make the mistake of pulling these off and not having anything there to protect it. Man, it may not seem like a big deal, but I'm so excited to have these pads on. It's like the simplest thing, but man, these OEM pads are just not it. Did not expect to have so many issues. Oh. Dude, the G87 is just, man, I love it so much. It's such a great car. I can't believe, like, the 180 that I've done. I mean, it was just so polarizing when it first came out. And I don't know. I just hated the way it looked when it first came out. But it was also super difficult to tell from all of the videos and pictures we saw online. So many people are just like, damn, this thing's ass. Really tough to judge this car, but you know, over time, a little bit of modification to the car, some things here and there, really started to grow on me. I'll tell you what the tipping point was for me, was driving this car on track. Once I drove the G87 on track, that was it. That was it, dude. I came home, I was like, yeah, I'm getting that car. A few months later, got the car. I was searching for months to find my spec. And for whatever reason, like all of these, not all, but the majority of these cars are spec'd in manual in that like blue color. Yeah. It's not my thing, man. So yeah, I just I had like such a hard time finding the spec I wanted. Man, it took forever. I mean, not forever, but like I knew, like once I got home from the track after driving the car, I was like, okay, I really want this car, like, you know, and so I either wanted white or black. Mostly black, to be honest with you. Really liked the way this car looked in black because I think on any of the colored cars, the black like trim, if you get like a white one or a red one or a blue one, just looks really awkward. Like it makes the body lines look really strange. If you can get a black one, I just feel like the black ones look better. All right, should be ready to go back on. Come on, buddy. There you go. Tight fit. Yeah, I think that these would look so good in silver, man. Don't you think? Silver would just be hot. Hot. I am gonna clean this out too. These, I have never done like a deep clean on this car. So like the underbody, because this car did come from the north. It's not old enough to have like corrosion or anything, but it is filthy, bro. Cool. So yeah, anyways, this man, the G87 has just grown on me. Such a great car. It's just, you just have to drive them. Like, you just have to drive this car. I know it's like on paper, it's like, oh my God, it's such a pig. But like, bruh, just go drive it. It doesn't drive like it's a pig. I'll tell you that. It just makes such good power. Dude, I don't even have any like, I have no modifications on this car besides exhaust. And it's so fast, dude. It's so fast. It's crazy. Like, it's just so good. It's just so capable. I think auto is the way to go to, for sure. For sure. This car just fucking rips in auto. Extendo. Little wrench is funny. But I can get more torque out of it this way. Ooh, almost jacked my fender. Alright, so this pad is done. So we're gonna clean some of that out. I'm gonna use KC's Green Star. It's a little more aggressive, but if I dilute it a little heavily, it will definitely get rid of all the shit in there. Yeah, right, that's some shit. That's what we needed. Holy shit. It's so much cleaner in there. Like, night and day difference. Hardly even agitated it. Wow. Brought it right back to life. All right, let's move on to the rear. And then remove this part of the brake. So, there is a little bracket on the back that you have to remove in order to make sure that this piston will compress back in after you do the brake job. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's like this little motor back here. We got to remove that in order to allow the piston to compress back in after we replace the brakes. So I'm going to do that. This is what the motor piece looks like. You just use a T45 to twist the motor in. And then once you do that, it's from there, it's just doing pads. So pop this like that out of here. Oh, we're wrapping up here. All right. Should be good. Like that. Pretty easy. I just gotta bed them in. which is also pretty easy. Oh, it's satisfying. All right, about to wrap this video up. So I finished up the brake pads, obviously, and it is now Monday, so I've been driving the car all weekend. I'm gonna tell you guys right now, like, I didn't expect these brake pads to be anything too impressive. I thought that I was just gonna deal with the same old brake dust, maybe a little bit less. But these have completely alleviated my brake dust and squeaking problem. I will say that after bedding them in, as far as the braking is concerned, it feels about the same as OEM. I'll be honest, like, I don't really notice a big difference in braking power. Not that this car really needed better stopping power, but it does feel about the same as OEM. Look at the brake dust, however. Like, that is insane. I don't think you guys understand. This car would already be caked in brake dust with OEM pads. The OEM pads are horrific on these cars. This makes a massive, massive difference. So, like I said before, I wasn't quite sure I believed the hype with these pads. I just kind of assumed, like, well, maybe it'll reduce the brake dust a little bit, but you're definitely not going to be removing it, you know, up to like 80%, which is about what I would say these have done. I mean, at least 80%, maybe even more. So if you're looking for a really, really good brake pad set, I highly recommend these iSweep 1500s. I'm going to have them linked in this video. Yeah, my experience with them has been fantastic. I ended up getting them from Turner Motorsport. They were here in like a few days. I can't remember what I paid for them, but it really wasn't too bad. This was really like my only issue with this car was the brake dust and the squeaking brakes. I just couldn't believe how bad it was from factory. You know, we've all dealt with like brake dust, the E92 M3. Once I did the F80 brakes, the brake dust got pretty bad, but nowhere near the level of my G87. I was just like blown away. So yeah, if you guys are looking for a solid brake pad set, highly recommend going for the 1500s. I will say these are not like a track pad. They are definitely a street pad, but a very, very good street pad. You're not going to get like tons of more braking power out of it. That's not what this is. If you're already happy with the way that your car brakes, G82, G80, G87, then just get these pads to alleviate the dust and the squeaking, because for whatever reason, those were two things that this car just loved to do. So I took about an hour to bed in the brakes. After I put them on Saturday, drove the car around for the rest of the day, drove the car yesterday on Sunday. My wife and I took the car out to dinner with friends and all that stuff. So I've been driving this car all weekend and there's no brake dust. I just can't believe it. This is the first time this car has had black wheels that didn't turn brown within a couple of hours of me driving it. So also gives me more confidence to go with a set of silver wheels, because you know that brake dust would have been super visible on silver wheels. So the job is not hard to do either. If you guys saw in the beginning of the video, you guys saw me putting on the brake pads. It's really, really easy. The rear is a little bit different and funky. I'll link the video that I used to go off of. Really, really straightforward, easy videos that this dude put up on the G80 platform. It's all the same with the G87 and G82. And he leads you like step by step, gives you all of the tools and everything you need to know in the video. So we'll have the brake pads linked down below, and then also the two videos that I used to do the brake pads on this car. And because the back is a little funky, but I mean, it's super easy. Like, you guys can get the whole car done in less than an hour if you have the basic tools at home. So anyways, appreciate you guys for watching the video. I just wanted to make this one because this honestly did make a big difference. And if you are on the fence about what brake pads to get, highly recommend these. See you in the next one. Peace.